and welcome back to the couch. This time I am joined by Papa Drejc, who is here in Stockholm for the Swedish broadcast. How are you finding Stockholm so far?
Well, I just got here, so rainy, I guess.
You got into town today?
Yeah, I just checked into the hotel and right back
Wow,
here.
that's fast for you. You don't even have any downtime.
No downtime. I get that after, it's fine. No, it's great to be here. The studio looks different from the last year when I was here. There's even players here.
I know.
And I'm a little bit afraid of people.
What are they doing, playing Dota here?
Yeah, I think so. But I haven't seen Jodem yet. I want to see him.
Okay, I've seen him. I know he's alive and well. So.
Okay, good. That's good.
So tell me what you've been up to since last time I saw you, because I saw you just a couple months ago casting the ASUS qualifiers.
Yeah, okay, since that. Well, I quit my job.
Oh,
yeah.
That's a big step.
Yeah,
I thought this was your job.
Yeah, well, this is my job now. So I only work with my own firm from now. So I'm a bit more stressed, and I'm having a bit more fun as well. So
yeah.
Casting on Twitch, obviously, but also now.
Do you want to give a shout out to your stream?
Of course. Hey, familjen.
I mean, tell us what your stream URL is for those watching that might want to tune in and see you sometime.
/DreSwe it is. It's really stupid. You can choose any name you want, and I chose DreSwe. I don't even know.
Well, where did that come from?
Well, it's Dre, and it's Swedish.
Oh, okay.
So stupid. I'm sorry for that.
It's very straightforward, though. It's easy to remember.
Is it?
Well, in case you forget, you know that guy Drejc. Now, what language does he cast in? Swedish.
Okay.
Built right in.
You're just trying to be positive. That doesn't make any sense. No, but so I'm pretty much doing this, and this weekend we're going to do for TV6 Play. And I look a lot forward to that, actually. And it's DreamHack next week, so it can't be better.
Yeah, and are you going to be casting DreamHack Winter as well in Swedish?
Yes.
Nice.
And of course on primetime on the real TV as well. So
oh, great.
That's pretty awesome.
Great. And when do you head down to Jönköping? Are you going back home first or staying in Stockholm until
then? Yeah, but I realized now I don't even know why I do that, because it's for one or two nights. And then I'm going back to Jönköping. And it's a long trip to Jönköping when you go by train, so well, whatever. Get 2 nights with my wife, I guess.
Yeah. Well, so that'll be worth it. And then your kids, too. You have young kids? Yeah,
I have 3 kids. So the youngest is almost 2 years old now, so he is all over the place. So are you teaching him Dota yet? Not yet. Not yet. But the oldest, he has about 100 hours Dota. Really? What's his MMR? He doesn't have an MMR yet. He plays mostly Minecraft, though. Okay. But you know my youngest kid's name? Dre. Oh. Yeah. So he's the only one in Sweden who has that name. Nice. And it's from me. Of course. Well, legendary. Of course. Yeah, that's pretty much it, I guess. I'm working a lot, which is both good. It's bad as well. But I mean, I want to see if we can make this work in Swedish and see how that works out. I've been doing some podcasts with some of the Swedish other esporters like Friberg from Linus in Pyjamas and stuff like that. So I'm trying things out. Great. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me here on the couch. I think we're going to go ahead and throw it back to Shiver on the panel.
Thank you very much, Jess. And actually, I'm missing my.
Are you missing Perion?
I'm missing Perion. I thought he was going to be here.
Yeah.
It's okay. Priorities. Because I was going to ask, like, Drejc has this kid named after him, after his online nickname, which you don't see a lot. So I was going to ask if he was planning on naming one of his kids Perion. You think that's going to happen? They're both girls, aren't they?
So.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dre's kind of a...
Dre sounds okay.
Yeah, sounds
in Swedish it also sounds okay.
Yeah. Perion, what does Perion actually mean?
Don't know.
Probably comes from pyro or something. I don't know, actually. I actually don't know. We can ask him sometime. But we're not here for that. We're here for Dota, and we're going to have ourselves the second series of Day 5 of Stage 2 of the ASUS RG Dreamleague, and that means VP.Polar taking on EG. It's going to be our next set of matches, and for that, we of course have 2 teams. Let's take a look at the players. VP.Polar is up first. And on the far left for us, and the far right for the players, I believe that is Sidoy.
That's true. They have been sitting here and preparing for quite a while. And it was funny, I was just walking down and I got waved over
DK
by...
Phobos, I was wrong.
Not Sidoy, confirmed.
Shame on
Actually,
me.
not Sidoy.
Oh, I was wrong team.
Yeah.
Wrong VP.
Yeah.
Sidoy sits on the other side of
that we are casting now, and there we have Illidan, or Shirley Finette, better known as.
Yep. Some would vote him in as the beauty team.
Yeah.
I think got a vote from...
I voted.
You voted for Illidan? Okay.
Okay. Beautiful.
This is my vote for the beauty team.
Okay.
FNG. Got the luscious hair.
Yeah.
Very smart guy.
Would vote for again.
Would vote for again.
He actually waved me over when I was walking by and said, hey, how do you beat EG? Like, what's the deal?
Okay. Well, if he has to ask advice from you, I don't know.
Yeah, well, I told him he's a smart guy. I just showed what they have been doing and said, like, okay, how do you deal with it? Show me in this upcoming series. So I look forward to seeing how they will play. And Lil, right here, he has played a lot of Vengeful, a lot of Ogre Magi during this tournament, and had some really nice plays as well. So I'm impressed.
And then one left. Centaur player, Mag.
Yeah, Mag. I mean, he's the player you think about when you hear Centaur in this tournament.
I keep calling, whenever I keep seeing a Centaur, I just call it Mag now. Just like,
yeah.
It's
and,
a Centaur.
He used to be called Andrew Sparrow as well, back when he started playing Dota 2.
Oh,
and he's one of the players that I talked to a lot in Star Series way back. Welcome back, Kurian. Nice to have you.
Yeah.
How was the sushi?
Had to eat lunch. It was delicious. I was starving, hungry.
Okay.
That's very good. Maybe you can walk us through the lineup of EG as we...
Well, there's Clinton Loomis himself, a.k.a. the old man of Dota Fear. I have a lot of respect for anyone called the old man of anything, even though he's like 27 or whatever, so he ain't old.
He's a kid, huh?
He is just a whippersnapper. Universe,
just a wee lad.
His Elder Titan in the last game was disgustingly good. I don't think I've ever seen anybody land as many stomps as this guy lands, and overall, I think if you're going to play Dota, he's a bloody good guy to watch and learn from. He's fantastic.
Plenty of multi-hero stomps.
He's just fantastic. He's just brilliant guy to watch.
Wow.
And,
he also has a beautiful jacket.
And he also has a beautiful neighbor, which is beautiful neighbor. There you go. I was gonna go.
PPD.
PPD. Thanks.
Yeah. He is that Peter Dagger?
Yes.
What a legit last name.
That is seriously Mr. Dagger.
It's a crazy good name.
Yeah.
Don't mess with him. Great drafter, great player.
Better known as PJ Salt.
Our Tuzi himself, our Squeezy, he will dominate lanes, he will ball all over the place. I thought his Storm Spirit was really good. He's fun to watch, and he's like 12 years old, so plenty to come from him. And Zai, lovely guy, very laid back, knows a hell of a lot about Dota, Swedish as hell.
Swedish as hell. I like
Confirmed.
it. Yeah, to make up for all that. Well, sometimes he's American, according to him as well. So
I'm sure gets infected.
Out of these two teams, I'm very excited to see.
I am.
Yeah.
I think EG are all warmed up, and I think they're going to win 2-0.
A 2-0 is a pretty good way to warm up, indeed. So should be feeling pretty confident going into this next series.
I think so.
They look a lot more controlled than yesterday and sure of what they're doing. One extra question is, of course, if you know that you're on the back foot, in this case, VP.Polar, they know that they're the underdog in this matchup. Are you going to go for the unexpected Phoenix/Brood?
No.
No.
Nope.
Just straight up no.
Yep.
Okay.
I like the clear deny. Well, I kind of have to agree because both of them are offlane heroes general. You could play a support Phoenix as well, but
I'm
since
sure Mag can play it.
Since Mag plays so well already on the heroes that we have seen him get, I think there's no reason to change it. And VP.Polar, they are the underdog, but they're also 5-3 right now. A pretty impressive record.
Yeah, they haven't played that many games yet, though, have they?
They've played 8.
8 games.
Yeah, but like they played 4 out of the 7 matches in total.
Who's the opponents they haven't played? EG, Cloud9, and Tinker?
Yeah, they've got because they beat VP Classic, didn't they?
They got the 3 favorites left.
I think.
Yeah, so I mean, you're 5-3, but you're playing into the 3 best teams.
Yeah, I believe in
6
them.
hard games.
I mean, I actually think they could 1-1 this.
Yeah.
So I think they're actually, apart from Tinker, Cloud9, and EG, I think they're actually like, I will rank them number 4 in terms of skill level. So it would not surprise me greatly if they take a game or even 2 games off EG.
Yeah, I agree.
And what will be the main factor for that? Like, how are they gonna beat EG?
I think the VP.Polar best composed drafts overall, like really impressive. They always seem to, you know, come into power around 25 minutes and just do really well. And they also have some stellar play. They like to use Vengeful a lot, and so does EG.
Yeah.
So look for this hero to be one of the more popular picks, and probably should be picked in first phase. But we'll see just how they, as I said to FNG, show me how to beat them. Show me how to deal with EG.
That was the answer that you gave?
Well, I told them what EG have been doing, and then I said, how do you deal with it? That's up to you. So I want to see.
You want to see Venge? I actually want to see Dazzle. They have been playing quite a few Dazzles in the past.
Yeah.
In this tournament, it has not been picked that often, though.
It's been picked once or twice.
We saw
my memory.
We saw an Omni, definitely.
Yeah, we saw it picked once or twice, and it did win.
Yeah.
And Dazzle is amazing with all this focus on minus armor. Every single draft seems to be heavily reliant on minus armor.
Yeah.
So Dazzle could be
we
a
saw how huge it is. I mean, you know, if you get those minus armor on the right hero at the right time, people just explode. So it makes sense.
So you said 2-0, right?
I did to EG, yeah.
Yeah. You 1-1. Lumi, what did you say?
1-1.
1-1 as well.
I did actually not say anything, but I'm gonna believe in the FNG draft. I think 2-0 for VP.Polar.
Okay.
Pretty bold, but we'll see.
Very bold. I like it though. I'm gonna go for 1-1 purely because I think EG did look amazingly strong in the previous previous series, but. If they can do it, we'll find out. And we're going to find out because the draft is on the way. So I'm going to leave you with Lumi, Waga, and Pyrion as we go into the second game of day 5.
Thank you, Shiver. And heading into this draft, EG have the second pick. We have first pick for VP.Polar. And VP.Polar decided to ban out the Lycan and ET, Skywrath, and Brewmaster were banned out again by EG. They have banned those all 3 games today, by the way. And immediate Ogre Tidehunter into Vengeful.
Yeah, Puck Venge is probably VP.Polar's most successful and most drafted heroes.
Yes. And also the fact that, you know, EG love to play those exact 2 heroes as well. So maybe a little bit similar in their drafting styles here is PPD and FNG, which would not surprise me as both of them are considered very strong drafters.
They definitely have a very interesting approach to the game. I think FNG is very much more late game focused. They're actually very weak 40 minutes into the game, I want to say, because they get really strong very far ahead early in the game with heroes like Lich, for example, roaming Venge. So they secure themselves like 15 minutes, 20 minutes of dominance, and then they start building Midases.
True.
So you're weak for about 10 minutes, and then the Midas kick in, and then they get stronger again. So
yeah, they will build Midas even on Puck. Like they just say, okay, we need this, and of course we see Odin once again. Actually, Terrorblade gets banned out here, and I can't recall having seen a single Terrorblade in Phase 2.
No, we have not yet.
We have not. So nice to see that some people respect that hero still, as I guess the most of the drafters are saying, hey, the movement speed nerf was too much, but I still think he's playable and very strong.
Very, very playable. And I think Illidan's the sort of player that loves a hero like that, where you kind of sit back, farm for a little bit, and then just come out and wreck. And he's been playing heroes like Dusa, Morphling.
Who was it that played? Which team was it that played the support Terrorblade that came out and ganked? Was that actually
Team Tinker?
That was Team Tinker? Yeah. It was.
It was a High Cat Terrorblade, I believe.
Yeah, that was very curious to watch because he would be farming jungle, doing pulls, maybe warding, and then suddenly he just walks out when he has his Metamorphosis ready, walks behind the enemy along with the other support and just kill them.
Yep.
Because even as a support, if you have level 2 Metamorphosis or even level 1, you already deal tons of damage with your right clicks. And the Medusa banned out by VP.Polar. Surprised, because they are one of the teams that I think about when I see Medusa.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of the late game carry completely being banned out, Void joining the Medusa. So I feel like if VP.Polar could end up with, you know, the quote-unquote best late game core, whether you think that's a Morphling, a Spectre, or maybe Anti-Mage, then you kind of safely drag this game out late and have that kind of advantage.
Yeah. Maybe it's just like Shirley Finette flashbacks of trying so hard with the Medusa and then not really reaching the goal in the end. And saying, you know what, screw this hero. We'll go for something else. And Illidan can play a really good Morphling as well. And Elder Titan being banned out is not completely unheard of, picking Morph into that.
Can I make a prediction?
Yes.
That the person jiggling their leg is Lumi. Are you jiggling your leg, Lumi?
Yes, I am.
The whole set is moving with that leg jiggle.
God damn.
Damn.
Actually, at DreamHack Summer, we were at this like elevated stage that they built. And every time I jiggle my leg, the entire stage would wiggle.
How hard do you jiggle your leg?
When I get excited,
you get really excited.
Yeah, I'm watching the game and I'm casting it, right? Andy's sitting right next to me, and he's afraid of heights a little bit, and the whole stage is jiggling. So he would have to physically put his hand on my shoulder.
Oh yeah, because you were sitting up there. Yeah, I remember.
He's like, Lumi, Calm the fuck down.
Yeah, and progressively, the later the game goes, the more excited Lumi gets, so more likely he'll crash the stage. Taking some time now, we saw extremely fast first 4 heroes picked, but now EG taking their time, wondering what they want to add as their 3rd hero. And it's going to be a Mirana. Huh. It's a flexible hero. They could run it in multiple ways, of course. Ogre and Mirana is a pretty competent support combo. And you can, of course, run her as a core as well, but definitely Tide is your offlaner. Mid Mirana does lack a little bit of damage and struggles to lane against Puck, so either carry or support anyway.
Yeah, this really reminds me of a particular game where it was, I think, Na'Vi versus LGD China in one of the TI matches, where Na'Vi Dendi was playing a Pudge mid against a Puck. Normally you say Puck easily dominates the lane because he has better damage, he's a range hero, he has escape, and you can run away from Pudge even if he hooks you. But there was a support Mirana that game, or was it a Funnick Mirana that just kept chuckling arrows into the mid lane? I think it was
a Funnick Mirana, actually. Yeah. He played a tons offlane there. Yeah.
And I guess the point I'm trying to make is Puck normally dominates the lane, it's hard to kill, but when you have to play around a support Mirana shooting arrow at you, first of all, you're going to have to play a lot more defensive. You're going to farm less. And if an arrow ever hits you, you're going to get killed. So it's a very good way to open the draft up after a Puck is being selected. And obviously, you don't know if this is a support Mirana either. It could be a safe lane Mirana. So it's a pick that says a lot, and it's very powerful as well.
VP.Polar want to do dual lanes almost certainly now. The Venge Centaur is a lane that Mag and Lil have played really strong before in this phase, and Lich, of course, is a hero that just screams out dual lane all over. So they want to aim to win 2 lanes for sure and have Puck in a 1-on-1 matchup mid, which is a hard to gank kind of hero. And I like the approach. Question is, EG also know exactly what they want to do now, because these heroes definitely reveal that.
Well, you don't know exactly what the dual lanes are. There are dual lanes.
Yeah, exactly. You don't know the second core.
Right.
Or the 3rd core, I should say.
They're so quiet when they draft EG. Compare that with Cloud9, who are really very vocal. 2 totally different approaches.
Yes, but I think it's, as Zai said, that a lot of it is Peter Dagger doing the draft, and I'm happy. This is the first time that TA has been picked in Dreamleague Phase 2. I definitely know that.
Here. I can't see your face, but I could imagine your grin.
I could hear the smile, actually.
It's an audible smile.
So TA most likely going to go mid in the hands of RTZ.
Yes.
I'm sure to no end you're going to talk about skill build and item choices.
God, just preemptively shut up.
Okay. You don't understand their beauty, period.
Now, in terms of a kind of a Puck versus TA matchup here, I got to say that's pretty TA favored.
It is TA favored, but it depends also on the lanes. Like, if there's any chance of getting ganked as TA, then there's higher chance Puck can win it. But against dual lanes, this is a pretty smart pickup, because it will be obvious whenever Venge is ganking, and Lich is not going to have any of that. So I like the draft taking up a TA here. It's pretty smart. And, I mean, you can be really good at playing Puck and do fairly well against TA, but 1-on-1 straight up, RTZ will have the advantage on that hero, as it should be fair playing Ember, I assume.
Assuming, well, yeah, RTZ does not have Ember, at least not yet. Every time he plays Ember, he's actually...
RTZ Ember would be jinxing this game pretty hard.
Well, you know, he did say that by the time of Star Ladder 11, I will have my Ember Spirit ready. You know,
has it
maybe
been
this is a testing ground.
Has it been bad, or
it has actually been terrible?
It has been on Star Series, and it's legendary.
So TA and a Morphling 2 as we have yet to see. I believe. Oh wait, we did see a Morphling, I think, at one point already.
Oh yeah, VP.Polar have played Morphling before. Surely Finette has you know, flourished his Morphling, and this means that FNG can now put a dual lane mid if he wants.
Yeah.
With the Lich Morphling to counter the TA.
That's a very strong lane.
It's a very strong lane that is hard to play against. 1-on-1, of course, TA completely destroys Morph, but just having Lich there changes everything. So let's see how they pitch the lanes here. I assume Venge Centaur bottom, Lich and Morphling mid, and an off-lane Puck. But with the item builds, it seems it might not be that way.
I think Morphling, especially when you take out the Elder Titan, inherently does well against what EG normally likes to do. They like to 5-man quite hard, and when you have a Morphling that can split push very quickly, or when you're getting ganked, you can survive the gank and allow your teammate to come in and help you or escape. He could kind of run circles around EG if played properly.
Yes. So the supports here from EG, having Ogre and Mirana, can definitely secure some ganks if they want to. And there we go. EG sees the Observer Ward being dropped by VP.Polar, and sentries immediately purchased by Mirana. They often do this, not buying the sentries, and then seeing, okay, will we actually find some sentries? Okay, then I will purchase it, because else it's sort of redundant buying the sentries and assuming you will see something. So that's a smart little thing that a lot of people could learn from.
I still think that people should physically move the observers/sentries to their last spot on their inventory. For example, if you click on sensor now, it's like there's a odd spot missing on the 5th slot. It's like, I wonder what that could be.
Well, I guess that's a fair point.
It's like a small thing, you know. It's nothing big.
It's a fair point, I guess.
Yeah.
It's also customization, though. I mean, yeah.
Maybe you could next level it. It's like
some people just like to keep items on certain spots as well. So I guess you could next level.
Yeah, sure.
Next level return it.
Like I always put something that doesn't have any kind of hotkey. I put it as far down the list as possible.
Oh, yes.
Always have my boots on 2, blink on 1, BKB on 3, drums on 4, etc. I could go on.
So I like listening to you describe it. It was so dreamy. Blink on 4.
We were expecting the Lich Morphling dual lane for Radiant, and they're gonna run the puck lane. So they have a lot of confidence on VP.Polar's ability to lane against this Templar Assassin.
Makes me happy. Makes TA happy as well. So, or I guess that's the other way around, maybe. But this should mean that Templar Assassin has a more fair chance to do well on laning stage. Question is how this bottom lane is going to work out. The Ogre Tide is very tanky, but Morphling also has a lot of damage on top of Tide, so until he gets anchor smashed.
Despite Morphling and Venge being range heroes, these are fairly low range heroes such that I would have an easy time kind of just walk in, tank a hit or two, drop an anchor smash, and trade pretty evenly, if not coming ahead.
Yes, that is true. And with some backup as well, he's not going to do that poorly, I believe. And it seems that FNG realizes this mid lane is not always going to be the best for a puck, so he's going to deny creep on mid with his Lich, and might even just switch in here now to harass and bully the TA. We'll see. Or maybe rotation down to bottom instead.
Yeah. Again, every time we see FNG or just his team to play Lich, they always have this kind of roaming situation, right? I'm going to go mid, deny 2 creeps here. I'm going to go bottom, deny a creep there. PBD's going to get himself a regen rune. Little's going to come around. I don't think they're going to get a kill. Frost Blast is off cooldown again, but...
Yeah. FNG did deny it as he realized he was going to get stunned. So nice little cute play there, denying some of what PPD can find. But he's an Ogre. He already regens pretty quickly. I mean, he eats a tango. He has 10.4.
That's a good trade.
Canceling the clarity.
Yeah.
That is indeed very nice. So last hit-wise right now, 10 and 2 for Morphling, so farming fairly well on bottom. 9 and 6 on TA against 6 for 2. So TA is winning mid, despite the help that VP.Polar are trying to send.
Although not as big as you would expect because of the Lich. Yeah. Still pretty good, and we see a very early bottle and boots from the TA.
Yes.
And that's kind of the start you want. Meanwhile, DK still struggling with his own bottle. I imagine he's bottle crowing. No, he's got nothing. Wow.
He is actually sitting at nothing because he went very confidently with the Null Talisman. It helps you last hit against the TA, but also delays your bottle, which is... I'm not sure about this. I think you would want to have your bottle by 2 minutes no matter what, and you can have that. But still, the Null is probably more safe to go, because else you can find yourself getting out last hit so hard. Deny and last hit at once.
He's already getting out denied and last hit.
This lane is very difficult.
It doesn't get any better as TA levels up and has more charges on his refraction.
Yeah, it's a very difficult lane for Puck, for sure. So VP.Polar are struggling a little bit in this laning phase because TA is farming as much as the carries are right now, keeping up with the Morphling and Ember. Technol. Is this going to be an attempt on Universe? Morphling coming out. Has a level 1 waveform.
The fish is strong.
Yeah, very good stun there from PPD. He knows that he has to cancel that.
Any reason why he has a level 1 waveform at this point in the game?
No. Actually, no reason.
Level 2. Actually, Mag is going to eat arrow up top. Mag's going to give up the first blood here. Not something you expect out of him. Generally a very stable, strong offlane player.
Though Zai also a monster on supporting and does find the opening, so giving his team a nice edge there. And the first blood did go towards himself, so okay, he's going to be happy on Mirana. Could get early face boots on Mirana as a treat for that.
So Wagger.
Yes.
You're a TA player.
I am.
I hear. I'm a non-TA player. Explain to me how refraction works, because I'm still a little fuzzy.
Okay, refraction just blocks instances of damage, right?
Any kind of damage. Physical, magical?
Yes, any source of damage.
Okay.
And it blocks it upon it's supposed to be dealt to you. So level 3, 5 instances blocked, and also gives you 5 instances of extra damage in your attack. And that's really what makes him so good, or her so good at laning.
For instance, Morphling.
Oh, the arrow!
Oh,
so
wow.
good!
Oh, he might just live?
Oh, he will get the kill for sure.
Yeah.
He's dead, and...
that Courier.
Yeah, Courier has balls, man, just walking out.
I mean, that goes back to the support Mirana, right? Even if the first arrow missed, that puck can't really do much.
Yeah, and he kept trying.
Yeah.
He kept trying to get those kills and land. So 2 arrows already set up by Zai, showing exactly why he's one of the highest rated supports.
Yeah.
And that really saved mid lane, or like saved, it really made mid lane crush so hard. And he keeps firing arrows blindly here.
Comparatively to what Jerax did yesterday, and he also played him around, looks like
I think
Arteezy might be a little bit of trouble. He does have a double damage.
Oh my god.
The hits are real here. He's diving for the kill. He's gonna get the kill. He has traps as well. He's gonna just walk away. Meld. Wow.
Oh.
What a dodge.
Wow.
Wow.
Has to use it soon.
Yeah.
Really nice play there from Arteezy diving in, and realizes that Lich, of course, not the best hero against the TA, as you just have one single nuke. So it works out really well, and the start is amazing for EG.
So does waveform, is that a single instance of damage? Or
Yes.
does it is.
Exactly.
It doesn't go like goosh, goosh, goosh.
No, it does not. The worst things you can go up against is like Iron Shell from Darkseer, maybe. Mid is a lot of rotation now. Mag wants to do something, but even as a Centaur...
Isn't an Urn good to get?
Oh yeah,
to get against
Urn actually got buffed against TA, but it also changed something, because if you're running away and someone Urns you, you can refract and block their Urn damage now. So while it's overall a nerf, it has saved my life a few times as well.
Well, you can also make the argument that Urn's a good way to remove those refraction charges.
Yes, exactly. That's how it was buffed.
Yeah, but the fact that you can use refraction to
block Urn.
Block it also could save you in some situations. Yeah.
Similar change happened to Venomancer's Poison, which used to eat your charges, but now actually deals damage through refraction charges instead without ticking them. So same thing happens there. Or I guess the other way around, because now you can't block them. Either way, really amazing start here for EG. 40-25 on Ember, 38 and 12 on TA, but Morphling is pulling ahead in the CS chart, as he has a good time against the Universe on bottom.
We'd be seeing more and more Gushes being selected on Tidehunter. It used to be like, all right, I'm going to just get Anchor and Kraken exclusively. What's your thought on kind of the resurgence of the Gush? It takes a ton of mana. That's 3 anchors that you're not using to harass or farm.
It's also good damage though. 110 damage on level 1. Also lowers the armor on the target, so if you can get a Gush into Anchor, it's definitely worth it mana-wise. And I think it's just the fact that he has mana boots, he can go for this aggression and spam. If you want to rush Blink Dagger and don't get mana boots, then obviously getting Gush is pretty pointless. Oh no, Zai gonna get caught out here. I think they're gonna just keep punching away at him and killing him.
Yeah.
They could ulti him as well.
Actually, kind of hanging out. He's got a TP.
Maybe he will just be fine here.
Wow.
All right, never mind.
Fear is going to come about. They're going to just somewhat be afraid. And here comes a triple Remnant in. They need an arrow. And in fact, they will use that as a bait. He's going to TP out as well. Zai making the plays.
By jumping
onto a lift. Planned. Meanwhile, Juan Fernandez gets Shirley Finette in the cliffs here, but he's going to be able to jump away with the waveform. Meanwhile, Mag is going to be receiving a little bit of help from Fear and walks home safely.
Yeah. So far, Zai is just all over the place and creating space, I assume. jumping onto a cliff was probably not really intended there, but worked out well in the end. I'm still pretty sure they could have killed him if DK just punched a little bit more, because he sent the orb and was not close enough. But maybe just running away immediately would have been the better choice, as Ember came in and punished him. But this laning stage already going so well for EG. That's a tough thing to deal with. Do you think that VP.Polar have the comeback mechanics to secure the 10 to 20 minutes?
It depends on the timing of the Blink Dagger puck. How many ganks he'll find with it, how quickly he'll reach the Midas after, because that's kind of the thing.
Yeah.
And obviously Morphling, what build he's going for. If he's going for a fairly offensive, like a Lincoln shotgun build, oh, never mind, he's going for Midas as well.
Yeah.
So they're going to just weather the storm a little bit and try to make a 40 to 50 minute late game comeback.
Yeah. So Tia has drums, treads, bottle, and magic wand. I'm gonna talk a little bit about TA every now and then, but this is very good item progressions. Like before 10 minutes, having your drums is really strong, and he's gonna camp the runes. If you get rune control and can get a haste or a DD, that's very often gonna transition into a kill.
Yeah,
it was an invis on top this time for Zai.
I mean, especially seeing the fact that there's a glove of haste on the Morphling. I'm going to say to myself, there's really no fighting power on the side of VP.Polar. In fact, it's going to be a TA tower dive. He's diving into, I mean, he forced out the coil. It's going to just straight up TP. Centaur, though, can he actually get off the cliff just tiny bit off, but... Okay, you force out the coil. Morphling has Midas. You're a TA. Can't you just say, you know what? We're going to smoke up as 2 or 3, go into the Roche, and sneak Aegis?
You can kill Roche for sure, but I think it's safer to just kill something first. Bottom lane, they're trying to chase down PPD here. Can they get close enough for a stun? They
so
have
slow.
The exact same movement speed. So
nice wave.
In the end, surely Finette secures the kill.
Yeah, but it looks like they're going to lose a little bit.
The arrow! Again, Sai is just a sniper with these arrows.
The Swedish sniper.
Yes, the Swedish one.
Yep. Surely Finette got the wave.
We have a lot of snipers here in Scandinavia.
They'll walk back safely. Meanwhile, Juan is giving Phobos the dive.
Yeah, and this is going to take the tower very early as well, just by punching down. If they can open up the map, then as you said, Roshan is an option. TP out here by FNG, does not want to feed kills. He doesn't even have boots though. This Lich has not really worked out for them.
Mag just goes down one more time.
Yeah.
I feel
Max level searing chains.
The EG players are just like, wherever they go, they just find kills. They make it look really easy.
They do. They actually do. And that's what's so impressive about this team, you know. They make a lot happen with every single rotation, it feels like.
Has he maxed out the searing chains over the Sleight of Fist? Because it's not going to do any damage until he gets a Battle Fury.
Oh,
really anyway,
the Sleight of Fist is normal to wait with, but just the fact that he maxed it before Flame Guard max is that's more a flavor thing, and I just think he wants the 3-second duration searing chains mostly, so he can hold the Centaur in place even if he gets level 6.
I mean, I think when you're trying to hold it for a hero like Mirana to land her arrows, it's synergized with your team much better.
That almost guarantees you the 5-second arrow as well.
Can we talk about the difference of the offlaners right now? Like, Universe has level 8.5 against a level 5-0 Fear.
He's going to just jump away.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. So Coil repeatedly being used for nothing. But I mean, level 5 Centaur is really struggling, and it's not that Mag is bad at Centaur as well. He's amazing at it, but...
I think it's the difference in supports. I mean, Mirana getting a kill up top, you can't really do anything against, like, Arrow into a kill, right? It's really hard to dodge that. And then the bottom lane, surely Finette having a ton of trouble, you know, thanks to TA rotations, thanks to the Ogre and the Mirana being effective there. The Lich and Venge has not been effective. In fact, have they really even had a presence in this game?
Barely, I will say. Like, you had to rotate early with Lich. Normally, I think if you pick Lich, you want to keep the lane static. I keep repeating this every single time I see a Lich pick, because static lanes is where you excel. You have the deny of creep waves, you can control where the lane is going to be, and you will flat out win that lane sooner or later. And maybe if they dual lane mid from the beginning, they could have shut down the TA with a Lich Morphling, I believe. But instead he was running across the map, and that's really gonna hurt you.
Okay, this is where they could come back. They have Stampede available. Roshan is bashing on Juan, but they just don't have any good lockdown. Universe has the Ravage as well. I think they have to spend on... No, there's no Stampede to get them out. And Little is... Oh, actually Magic Stick, but here comes the backstab from Fear.
Fear.
Everybody's gonna die, and they just all need to run. Surely Finette will have another wave for him in a couple of seconds, but
well, he might
a
go
Milk
down
Strike
first.
could just kill him right then and there. No Milk Strike, not even necessary.
Milk Strike?
Milk Strike. The
Nice.
Milk Strike. That was 3 for nothing, and now they could go back for Roshan.
Yeah.
I almost want to say that right now, Polar is just so far behind that their Midases won't even be... They won't even have enough time to use their Midas.
How often do EG manage to do this, though? Like, 14 minutes in, it's, you know, almost feels like standard to see EG with a 10,000 gold lead by 14 minutes. Like, that's very common in these games.
Yeah.
It's really impressive how dominant they are in the early game. And there's no reason they shouldn't be dominant throughout the entire mid game as well with the composition they have. Blink Dagger on Universe, of course.
I'm just thinking to myself, how do you punish EG? Are they making any mistakes? Are they...
EG?
Yes.
No. I don't think so.
I mean, like, maybe it's too fast to say, but let's start thinking about game 2, right? Because this game is...
Jesus, Lumi.
I mean, if you look at this game, the puck doesn't have blink. The center doesn't have blink. The Morphling Midas, it's going to take a lot of time to actually come in. Arrow, not going to hit.
Does not connect this time.
Like, well, what makes EG so good in this game, and how can you punish it?
Well, they just won the lanes really hard, and to be honest, I don't think that they had the tools to win the lane so hard. It's more like VP.Polar didn't get the lanes they wanted.
So I guess a little bit of the draft, a little bit of the lane predictions.
Also, Vengeful, in general, the way VP.Polar often play and the way EG also use Vengeful, it works out really amazingly. But in this game, it didn't do anything. They didn't decide to go for the Vengeful Centaur lane. Instead, the Vengeful Morphling, which is not that impressive in killing potential. I think they would have gotten more luck if they just had like Venge Centaur on top lane, along with Lich Morphling mid and Puck safe lane.
I'm going to be honest with you.
As well.
I didn't like the Lich pick as much as I love Lich. I don't really think it's worked at all for them.
Yeah. Well, I think it's more about how they ran it than the hero not being
I thought
good.
Lich Morphling would have done fine on the mid lane, but...
Yeah, because Lich is a hero, probably one of the strongest hero at winning lanes, and that's where it went wrong. They lost the lanes, so... Either way, right now, EG are just securing tons and tons of advantage every minute that passes, because they're farming Ancients with Tide, they have rune control perfectly for the TA, Morphling, or the Ember Spirit is farming tons as well. And of course, even Mirana is getting quite a bit of gold on her now with the Medallion Treads and 980.
So the moment the laning phase is over and Lich has to start wandering around.
Oh, arrow attempt here with the...
I mean, this is why you max the chain first, right?
Yeah.
For this purpose alone. They're going to get another kill.
Wow.
That was textbook on how to combo these two heroes.
Yeah.
So anyway, the moment that Lich has to start wandering around, what is he going to contribute compared to, say, Ogre and Mirana in this game?
Very little. I mean, maybe if you get some nice coil and you can throw a Chain Frost in there, but EG have also reacted very well to the coils. They have Ember who can jump away. TA previously TP'd out from the coil. They never really get caught with anyone more. You know, it's just single hero coils anyway. So
I also think that the thing with, even if you land the good coil, the way the Lich ult works means it might just bugger off to the creep wave anyway.
Oh god, he has a Desolator. 17 minutes, 30 seconds, Desolator on TA. All right, Lumi, game 2. Talk.
I mean, let's talk about why Deso is good here. Obviously, it's good at hitting buildings, but inherent strength about the Deso is you could actually push very, very quickly. You could 2-hit an entire wave, right?
Okay, so a nice thing for Deso, specifically in this game, as it's a TA we're mentioning, is that you're reducing armor on the target that you're punching, which is nice. You can do that with Melt Strike as well. You're already stacking up tons of minus armor there. Oh, top. A little bit of a dive here by Fear, but once again, he's going to be safe with a far jump out. Mid lane, also aggression here onto PPD. Might get a kill, but he has CD on waveform. So the reason it's so good on TA is sometimes you don't even need to hit a hero. Or sometimes you don't even need to hit a high armor hero, because you will sideblade people anyway. So if you're hitting a creep and it's side-bladed and it's sitting at -7 armor, you will have very little damage reduction, and all the damage you spill is pure. So that gets added to whatever hero you're side-blading. And obviously, I guess the strongest reason for getting a Desolator, Roshan, is so easy to take.
Not that they needed it.
No.
Because they had so much time.
It's more like now she can solo kill Roshan in, you know, 30 seconds maybe, while her team is controlling the map. So just more to the arsenal of EG, I feel.
What do you get next on TA then?
Probably a Black King bar to walk up high ground, although...
BKB is the item you go if you respect your enemy in this game, which I think you always should. But Manta Star is decent, and crit is really amazing. Just a casual Yasha is a lot of value, though, when you have the drums. And Manta Star is... It's decent because it applies the orb even by your illusions hitting something.
I mean, there is a world where Centaur blinks on you, there's a magic missile to follow up, there's a waning rift and a coil.
Oh, definitely.
You can die. So I think you're winning so far ahead anyways. Just slam the door shut, you know, get a BKB.
Yeah.
And then you could, you know, siege mid-tier 2s, siege high ground.
Yeah. That's what also Ferrari rated probably one of the best TAs, or the best TA in the world.
What about
very
you,
often go for the same build with the drums, Desolator, and BKB. No, I don't rank myself as the best TA or anything like that.
She's just your favorite hero?
Well, I'm really good at her, but I never rank anyone as best at anything unless they have won big tournaments with it.
Right.
You know, Ferrari is the one who has the biggest achievements.
Win a tournament before you talk, Wagga.
That kind of shit, yeah. Yeah, that's common Swedish saying.
I heard it from Loda, too.
Yeah, that's why.
Is it true that Arteezy's dad told him not to play Ember Spirit?
Yeah.
That's what Twitter tells me. Tor Henrik Olsen with that nugget of truth.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Arteezy said in an interview that his dad watches his games, and that after Star Ladder he was like, you should not play Ember. Wow. You're not good at that hero. Which sounds like a fun thing to hear from your dad.
I mean, like his dad telling him that he's not good at Ember. He probably still plays better Ember than most of us.
Yes.
Right? Like he's still very proficient with the hero. But
yeah, God.
Just next to his Templar Assassin, for example.
For instance, yeah.
Not the same.
Arteezy has other heroes he plays a lot better. I mean, Lycan, Naga Siren, hell, a lot of heroes,
PA.
to be honest. Yeah, even PA. So why not just give away the Ember to Old Man Fear instead? And this game, it's a slow pace now by EG, not too many kills happening, but they know that VP.Polar are forced into this 5-man Dota kind of scenario, because if they go alone, they can easily be picked off by anyone. And it is going to be the BKB by Arteezy, which means he can go Blink next and just play extremely aggressive, or go for Daedalus just to rely on his team to initiate and then run in and crush people.
Something to be said is EG's vision, especially through the traps as well. I think a mark of a good TA player is that if your ultimate allows you to play 7 traps on the map, you should have 7 traps on the map.
Yeah.
It's just extra vision.
It's 8 traps now, though. They buffed it.
Damn.
Pretty good. Yep.
Oh, that's a 10-second BKB.
BKB TPR is used. Yeah, that's not how you want to lose your 10-second BKBs. Top lane attempt to kill Zai here, and he is a little bit too far out.
Okay.
And a dominating streak towards Mag. Very happy to take that.
It seems like EG is not hurrying at all to start sieging these towers. Do you think they should be?
I think they're going for similar timing as they always do, though. They try to wait up for that 25-30 minute mark before they really add up the pressure. And they realize how much they could lose. You know, we all saw game 1 of yesterday, when they suddenly
VP Classic versus EG.
Yes, where they just threw away a lot of their advantage, and you know, it punished him.
Yeah, I imagine they're gonna wait for a fierce BKB before they make any kind of decisive play, and that actually coincide with the Roshan respawning, and they definitely will take it so quickly that there's nothing VP.Polar can do.
Yeah.
But as they say that they're going to take down T2 bottom without too much of a hassle.
Yeah, Arteezy is keeping a haste room bottle as well, trying to, you know, he wants a fight, definitely does, but he's also fine with just controlling the entire map, and so is the entire of EG. Looking at the CS chart, I mean, Tia is heavily leading the way, even in front of the
I mean, they're in no rush here, are they? There's nothing to hurry about.
I mean, in some time you'd be like, all right, we kind of need to close out the game because there's a Morphling on the other side, there's a clock on us, but if you look at the goal graph, it has just been a steady decline.
Yeah.
So as the game goes on longer and longer, EG is just farming bigger portion of the map, they're farming more. So there is actually no hurry.
Yeah, and even Fear will go into a BKB on Ember, and this is really the we're not gonna throw the game, because he knows I don't need a crit right now. VP.Polar uses his orb. Is this gonna punish him? I think it does.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Immediately dead. Mirana Invis allowing Arteezy to close distance. Two-hitting a puck.
Yep.
Easy kills. So they tried to smoke gang during that time, VP.Polar, but they didn't realize that Roshan was up, or maybe they just wanted to find a single hero as opposed to going into 5. Because even if they smoked to Roshan, they could not have stopped it.
Yep.
They would just die there.
Easy tier 2, no defending here.
Yeah.
They're still going top though to push that out.
So far, another very dominant display here by EG. And what is the what is the point that VP.Polar can turn this game? They're going for something with Black Blade of Alacrity onto Morphling, but I don't know, man.
I think you just need a very strong team fight up on the high ground. I mean, again, they have a ton of burst damage, so there is a world that you could burst somebody down before the fight happens, but EGPP looks like he's going to give a freebie to Shirley Finette, and Shirley will take any type of donation.
He will. He will happily take ogres.
Yeah.
Send us your week.
TA has crit.
Yeah, Crystal is being added up. So even if you get a really good initiation now, as long as TA stays alive, she can just burst up Morphling so fast that he cannot even morph against it. And even like Centaur, any hero really, if they get too close, that's why they have to sack all these towers. EG though probably don't want to push high ground too early, but I reckon they will do it soon. Maybe when they have the Daedalus finished up, because they do have an Aegis and it's nice to use that.
So I guess your saving grace is you just look over to the Morphling and got your item yet?
Got your item yet?
Got your item yet?
I don't know, man. And DK gets scouted here, but he is a puck and very hard to solo kill, so probably just gonna get away. I guess so. I mean, what else is there really? They can land a massive combo, but Tidehunter has such an easy time disrupting that with Blink Force Staff, and he's well on his way to a refresher as well.
Juan has the Aegis, walking up high ground.
This is what we saw the other day, where the Tide just stands at the back.
Yep.
And they let the TA stand at the front, and they just say, like, okay, if you go in, you've got an Ember Spirit, by the way, and a Ravage.
They're actually doing a very good job at not committing anything important and trying to burst the TA. If you can make her use her Aegis like that, you definitely have a good chance.
You lost FNG though.
Oh, FNG's gonna throw out Chain, and that Chain might even take the Aegis. No, the balances weren't there.
They don't have an urn, do they?
No.
Okay, so he's just gonna drop the Aegis, I think. He walks up and gives one right click, but then backs off. So the Aegis still has plenty of time. I mean, poor Aegis. Gonna have to die very quickly here. They keep pressuring, but Lich down, no Chain Frost, even less tools to work with for VP.Polar.
All right, Aegis being blown, and I mean, tier 3's low and all, but now you could actually try to take a fight, but the looming tide is just really the big problem here.
Yeah, I mean, you can see him. He's in vision. He's just standing there and saying, hey, come at us. Please run into us. I'll happily Ravage. So taking this fight looks impossible for VP.Polar. I don't see any way that they can open this game or this fight.
I mean, that's assuming you jump in and they don't use their BKB. The swap, the miscommunication. Shirley's going to pop his own BKB. They're focusing on Fair, but just not enough damage.
Oh, boy.
At least the Stampede allows them to run away, but they just lost 3 heroes again in an instant.
It would not be surprising at all if GG now is called.
Yeah, GG any moment, boys, because they don't have to stop now, EG. Having killed everyone.
Who's Morphling effigy is that? Shirley Finette.
Is that Shirley Finette?
That says some Japanese. I don't know what the hell that means, so.
Oh,
Koyo?
It's like, I'm the final god of death, I think. Gonna guess. Ore wa Shin Sekai no Kamida.
You speak Japanese?
No, I just studied it a little bit.
Oh.
I studied Japanese for a while, but
I'll take Waga's word for it.
yeah. I'm guessing something like that along those lines. So at least
VP.Polar wants to take a fight of this. I think there's no fighting.
Pretty sure there's no fighting. So they do get the melee racks and back off, and you know this was the devastating blow, I think, to VP.Polar. They don't have a lineup that can deal with losing racks this early on.
Yeah.
There's no actual comeback mechanic, but they're gonna keep trying. So credit to him for not giving up too early, but we are talking about almost 30,000 gold advantage.
Yep.
That's the point where...
This is a very good smoke angle, though. You see that creep wave really far up at the tier 1, and you're like, you know what?
I wonder how much gold this could give if they get a kill.
If they get the kill, I mean, he's got Blink Force Staff and Kraken Shell. Here we go. We're going to start the fight on Universe. Kraken immediately proc, a swap, and a stun. Nicely done, and the Chain Frost's going to come through as well. We need to check...
There's no fight recap, but I imagine that's a pretty big spot. There's one. There. Okay, 1,700 gold.
Nicely done.
Very
Got a kill on Tide, earned 1,700 gold.
Yeah, 1 kill.
All right, how many are they going to die here, though? Here comes Juan.
Okay, I assume everyone look for one shot on FNG here. Very close to the
frost
TA.
armor.
Dude.
Okay.
Dude, don't even joke with me.
Wow. Oh, man.
Did he get a crit on that one? I think he did.
It was a crit. That's why it's so likely for a one shot. I don't think he can
one shot without crit. And there's the arrow.
Gonna go down to fierce aggression here as well.
There's a gem on the ground.
I mean, they did get one smoke gang and they got a tower, so something their way. And losing 2 heroes for them is not even as bad as losing 1 Tidehunter.
Now, I was thinking Frost Armor is, you know, the dream right now, but...
It's actually not the dream. It's a level 2 Frost Armor anyway, so...
The dream was not real.
5 extra armor, not gonna protect you. And what did he actually buy? He purchased something else? I believe it's in his base. Oh no, the Blink Dagger is up.
Yeah, the Blink.
I see.
What's the feeling behind not rushing that? Because I always used to think that TA was like, Blink.
I mean, I get this question...
I'm sure
pretty much all the time. Yep, but the reason is that Blink Dagger doesn't speed up your farming. Yeah. That's the quickest and easiest reason. Oh, he's gonna go on DK Foes. Nice stun by Lil Hardy though.
I mean, I think like you said, the Deso has made such a big difference.
Yeah. Well, the drums treads into, you know, getting a Desolator. It just farms so fast. Accelerating your farm is very important. Mag taking tons of damage here.
Well, Juan is getting driven back a little bit. They need a center to heal up. Meanwhile, Fear just threw out a pretty big damage as well. They're going to burn everything on Juan. BKB, Morphling deleted. Little Magic Stick, Ravage going to come out. Everybody's actually dead. GG gets called. A quick one at that. And EG convincingly takes game number 1.
Yeah, that was in an extremely dominant fashion, you have to say. And I feel bad for Virtus.Pro because their draft was not horrible, but if laning phase doesn't work and you draft a Lich, it's a little bit like picking Viper and getting stomped on lane. Like, there's no easy transition from it. You don't have the tools. You can't go double roaming with a Lich and Venge. It's not going to get anything done. So in the end, 5-21 your score. That was that was tough to watch.
Very impressive performance from EG.
TA, 100% win rate.
In how many games?
In fair sample size.
Yeah, that seems accurate, yeah. Definitely unbiased reportage from Wagga there.
It was also the first time they actually played TA this patch. So, you know, bigger sample size there.
So EG is also...
EG is 100%.
Wait, you mean the patch that arrived last night?
No, I mean 6.82.
Yeah.
No, like that patch. So EG, 100% win rate on LAN as well.
Impressive.
So who knows? Maybe we'll see her some more times.
Statsman Bruno? Because Stats Lady Shiva.
Stats Lady Shiva is here. But for me, like, okay, so we know Virtus.Pro.Polar, that is. We saw them Monday. They had 2 series on Monday, I believe. And one of the things we noticed most about their games was that all the games they had went to very late. We had, at some point, we had Naga versus Spectre and Anti-Mages versus Naga.
Medusa.
Yeah, we had a lot of the... Medusa, they have a lot of those hard carry late game games. And, you know, that's fine, and they've won quite a few games of that. But then you're going up against EG, who's known for, you know, early aggression, basically laning stage is over, and they already probably were not losing their lanes, and they took advantage of that, and they are trying to win, like, within the next 15 minutes.
Yeah.
And having then a late game strat, it seems like a bit wishful thinking.
Who were those games that they played? Did they play against Alliance?
Yes.
They played against everybody apart from Tinker and Cloud9 and EG.
So we know the Alliance like to play with a sort of farming-heavy approach, right? And I guess VP, when they played them, VP.Polar won,
fairly farm-heavy as well.
So then when they played against 4ASC, they had kind of a mixture of aggression and farming, I guess. So I think that maybe the teams that they played against perhaps just allowed them to get towards that late game maybe a little bit more, whereas EG would just right from the start outskilled them, I think.
At some point I also feel that it is, as we say, EG is the better team and they're so strong at punishing. If anything doesn't work out in your favor, like getting the wrong lanes immediate on the start there, you could see the Lich trying to fix by moving and like, shit, I need to help out mid, top was not my place, and the Venge Morphling lane really not working out against Ogre and Tide as well. If you get the lanes wrong against a strong team like EG, you're going to struggle, and it's very likely that you can lose a game off that.
Yeah.
I mean, just going back to what Ted said, a lot of the other teams that VP.Polar had success against is like, sure, they always lose early game against all the other teams.
Yeah.
But the other teams, generally, they give away a core. Like, you have a Blink Centaur, you have a Blink Puck, you're going to find some kills. We don't see any of that here. I think the only kill they got was a Mirana, which was a support.
Yeah.
And then the other kill they got was a 3-4-man smoke top and got tied. And look at the goal difference you get when you lose a core like that.
Yeah.
But obviously that happened when the game was essentially over. So I think the main difference is that they're good at punishing. They're really good at driving a dagger into your stomach. But at the same time, if EG ever gets out of position, they only lose PPD. They only lose side. They don't lose anything beyond that.
Yeah. That's true.
So.
Well, we're going to see if they can do better in the next series. We have, of course, got a short break, but we are right back with the second game of this series after this.